Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right, everything is working. What's up, guys? This your boy Heat of Who Extreme. Cameras on, everything is working. I don't know what happened yesterday. I know I'm still new doing live videos on YouTube, so I know the next time if I try to do a live video, I got to make sure the light on my camera is on doing a live video. But anyway, today's topic is uh being careful in a stuck-up environment. So, I'm talking about like nice areas that people go to that don't live in those nice areas, but come somewhere from like, the hood or a regular, area like a regular suburbs and stuff. But, upscale and stuck up and all that is not a new thing. So it's been out for centuries since the beginning of time. And, there's that. Like a stuck up person, meaning that they think they better somebody, they think they looking down on someone, they snottish and all that. That's what a stuck up person is, and that's that. So that's what my topic is about today and all that. Um so had my experience being around people who are like that growing up and stuff, whether they be in school or being out and about. I had that experience, but I'm not sure if somebody accused me of doing something wrong or anything. So the question is for y'all guys who experience people who on the stuck up level. Have you ever been accused of something that you have not even done in those types of environments? Like, have you ever been accused of something that you never done wrong and they lied to a manager or security or, or officer or something that you have not done and they trying to find ways to get you in trouble? Have y'all ever got accused of something that you have not done? I'm trying to remember what I got accused for. It's been so long, but it'll come to me. So that's how they do in those environments. Understand that you have to be careful anywhere you go, not just in the upscale, stuck up environments, but anywhere, including the hood and all that. But the main part that people can get you in trouble is the nicest areas. Those the main areas that a person have to be careful when they go shopping, whether they're going to the malls, whether they're going to Targets, whether they're going to Walmarts. Cause I know some Walmarts in the hood, but majority they be in the nicer areas and stuff like that. So those the main areas that a person need to be careful in those areas. Cause one move, one small thing from a wealthy or rich person, they'll find anything like that, a small issue can get you in trouble. So this what I do, and I could be wrong, giving y'all some advice. When I go to areas like that, I look my head down. I avoid eye-to-eye contact because if you look even one time in people in those areas, they will make a big deal out of it. They might uh be in a trance. You might be tending your business, and the next thing they still look at you to the point that they're gonna think that you up to something, and they're gonna go tell a manager, whatever you shopping at, whatever you eating at, or they're gonna tell security, and they're gonna get you in trouble for no reason. So just don't make eye-to-eye contact. Don't look their way. They will, find a way to get you in trouble. That's just my opinion, my experience going into the nicer areas. It don't have to necessarily be in the nicer areas. Sometimes it can be in areas like, the hood and stuff. But majority, my opinion, is those nicer areas that so easy for an individual that's not on the level can get them in trouble and stuff like that. So another thing I looked up, upscale and stuck up, they are two different words, but they can be similar at the same time and stuff. So that's how it is in those areas. But I know I experienced going to places that was in the nice environments. Like I've been to Targets up in Georgia in the Lindbergh area. For those who tuning in from other cities, I'm live in Georgia. But anyway, I be going to the Targets in the nice areas in Georgia, like Lindbergh. Like I've been there a couple of times, and I be shopping for some clothes or go get a belt, and I be feeling those spirits up in people looking upscale, looking stuck up. They be tuning up their nose and all that. And I be looking at the workers as well. And I don't remember the last time when I asked for help, because if I did ask for help, they look like they won't help you. Because I know the last time I went up there, this when I was going to get no, I don't remember getting a belt because my supervisor brought me a belt. I went up there like a few weeks ago going to get some going to get some new going to get one of the new black jeans that I'm getting because the other one had was tearing up. I went up there and I tried on several black jeans because I think I had weighed a little bit. So I was weighing like 32 to 34 in the waist, but now I wear 34, 34 now. So when I went up there, I had uh tried on some few black jeans and none of them didn't fit, to the point that I fit uh one of the black jeans 34, 34, and it fit me. I looked at one of the workers going in, I think going into one of, I don't know, it was like an area where all the employees go take a break or going to get something. And when I saw her, I seen how she was looking. She was like tuning up her nose. I was feeling that strange vibe. And so when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to judge. I can sense that she don't want to be bothered. She's upscale and stuck up, and that's that. So when I left, I was about to go get ringed out. I saw another lady and light skin, and I just looked one time, but the way she was looking looked like she wanted to start some trouble. So I just hurried up and got out of there. And if I couldn't have stayed and look for something else, then something was gonna happen to me for no reason from her. So that's why I say when you go to nice areas to go shop, to go eat, or to go grocery shopping or go to these retail stores, because I believe Target is a retail store. Try to be careful not to do anything that's gonna cause you to get in trouble for no reason in the upscale stuck up environments. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's an area down the street for where I stay at, Kroger's, and it's been it's been there for a long time. Where the golf course on Cascade in Georgia, I experienced some strange vibes in there as well, because this side of where I'm at of Cascade, where the richest and I would say wealthy black people stay at, but on the other side of Cascade, where the used to be railroad track is not. That's really the hood, but this is like a ghetto fab area. But anyway, I went to the Kroger's a couple of times getting some items, shopping there, and I felt like some strange vibes up there with the women and the men, actually older men as well. So the last time I had like a strange vibe when I think a couple of weeks ago that that I went up there to get something. I don't it's been I can't remember. It's been like a couple of weeks ago. I saw this old timer dude, and the way he was looking like his eyes poking out, looking, mean and stuff. And I'm like, okay, he looked like he's trying to like bother me for no reason. I don't know what I said to him, but I was trying to get out his way because he was in my way. And I was going in there to shop for some few things before I head back home. That's the last time I had experience of a person being, stuck up and looking down on people and s- having a and being snottish. I'm gonna say it like that. I know the few times I went to Kroger's, I felt some strange vibe from women, and I was not even looking their direction, but they seems like they was trying to get my attention and trying to do something to push my buttons to get me in some trouble. And thank God that didn't happen, but I I felt that strange vibes. Like I know the other time when I was like shopping, I seen like a couple. They look kind of not a couple, but a mother and a daughter. They look like a wealthy type of couple. And I was shopping and I'm not I was doing my best not to even look their way. But to the point that I looked one time and it seems like she was looking in my direction to the point I was getting irritated. And I think we left out the same time leaving out of Kroger's to the point that I'm trying to set up a little hurry up and get home to the point that I was worrying about if she's gonna call the police or she's gonna get one of the officers up in Kroger's security guard to accuse me of something that I do. Cause I don't have time of being accused. I get irritated. So, that's how, I was kind of getting concerned about, but thank God that didn't happen. So, so, when you, like I was saying, just be careful. I know y'all go have fun in places in the nice areas, but try to be careful not to do anything that's gonna make a person that's arrogant looking down on you to get you in trouble. And you can even bump into by accident, they make a big deal out of it. Anybody, they don't have to be upscale. Anybody can act kind of childish if you accidentally bump into them and they make a big deal out of it. I'm just saying that for an example, you accidentally bump into them, they can find a way to get you in trouble with that. And that's that. I was just saying that for an example. Just try to be careful and do your best to avoid them at all times. Um, so like I was mentioned a few minutes ago, if you experience a person that's like stuck up and upscale and they accuse you for something, just put it to commits if you want to, and that's that. I think I know one time that I didn't get accused, but it seems like I almost about to be accused, but thank God that this lady was on my side. I remember the last time that I experienced that, I was working at Jiffy Lube in Sandy Springs, and across from it was is a Kroger's, and next by is like a Martin's Motors. I don't know if it's still Martin's Motors or something else, and Food 101. I know when I got off that night, I went to Kroger's and I think I ate me something there and I was relaxing. I was looking out the window and I've been there a few times after work. I'd be seeing a guy, charging up his phone and nobody did not bother him, but he was a different race. I'm not going to even say that race, but I remember one time on an evening, I was relaxing, charging up my phone. Somehow I looked up. This girl was just looking at me. And the way she was looking like that's how another way that stuck up people look at a individual. That's just my opinion and stuff, because anybody can look like that, but majority people, especially women, can look like that. So she was looking like, I'm like, what this girl up to? Why she looking at me like that? I ain't even did anything. So she went to the Starbucks. She went to the Starbucks in the area where I was sitting at, and she was talking to the lady. She pointed at me. She pointed at me and stuff. And what she did, she made me mad. I was frustrated. But thank God that Starbucks lady was on my side. I forgot what she said, but she had my back to the point that, I got irritated. I got mad. And I was like, you know what? I'm just here tending my business, not bothering nobody. You staring at me, coming into Kroger's. I looked up, you kept looking at me. For what? I don't know. I don't know if she was on the floors of evil spirit or she was just miserable herself. I don't know. But if it was that other guy, that other race, I bet she won't you know, accuse him at all. So she was one of those types. So that was in the Sandy Spring area. And I don't know when the last time I've been to Sandy Spring Buckhead area in Georgia. But I don't know when the last time, I've been up there. But it's been a minute. So it's just certain places that you go that are nice. You just got to be cautious and be careful at the same time because they will accuse you and stuff like that. So I got the definition of a stuck up person. Let me try to find it. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. The term stuck up refers to an individual who exhibit an attitude of supportive of high lines, often looking down on others with a sense of self-importance, and the behavior can lead to a lack of humility and may result in a social interactions. And that's what it is for a stuck-up individual. They look down on people. They think they arrogant. They think they better and all that. So, that's how the definition is a stuck-up person is, and that's that. And another thing that that I experienced at my job where I work at, I clean the stuff. Um, I experienced um I experienced s- I experienced some people there at my job before. I mean, the people there that works in a white collar job, they cool, but I experienced people who didn't say nothing at all and, think they better than somebody, and stuff. I experienced a woman getting on the elevator when I was at work. She ain't say nothing and I ain't say nothing back to her. And I seen her again and she was the same person, ain't said nothing. And I experienced few other people that work the white collar jobs because I do cleaning and stuff. And I remember the last time that I experienced somebody when I was helping out in another building cleaning and stuff, and I knocked on the door. This lady, she was like white or she was from some country. She was like, "I just trying to get your trash, man." And I don't know if she gave it to me or she didn't want to be bothered. So I experienced people like that in those type of environments. So like stuck up people don't have to necessarily be in in the nicest areas where you go shop at, where you go work out at, where you go to the malls at. And malls can be in the hood too, like Greenbrier Mall, South De- S- S- South DeKalb Mall. Yeah, South DeKalb Mall. But you can get accused there as well with women there and dudes too. But back to the nicest areas, stuck up people don't have to necessarily be in those environments where you go shopping, where you go to the malls or the retail stores. They can be at your job and, and stuff like that, where you work with them or they're accustomed to them knowing stuff. So, I experienced a couple of people on that level at my job that didn't speak or they tune up their nose and, that's that. And, I don't run into them all the time, but sometimes that I do. So I don't know if you've been accused at your job from a customer or from a coworker that's think they better than you. So that can be in the work environment as well. So that's that. I remember I experienced some people at my last job when I was working at the oil shop that I mentioned. I went to go greet them. Some was nice, some was rude, disrespectful, and even my own race was like that, being disrespectful, think they better and all that. They was dressed for success and all that. And I think now I get it. I think a lady was accusing me of something. I forgot what it was, but I was the courtesy tech at Jiffy Lube one time, and dark skin or brown skin lady, she works not too far in that area. And she accused me for something. I don't know that I got something from her car or what, but it was really getting on my nerves to the point that I want to leave the job. But I believe the manager at the time was on my side, and she was really getting on my nerves. She was one of those type of women, upscale. I don't know. I know she was probably stuck up, upscale or classy, but she was one of those type of females, and she was irritating me, but I don't remember that she called corporate on me or not. But I know another lady did one time. It's been so long for something. And I got accused before when I was working in the service industry for something that I did not do, and I was not the only one. So those type of environments like Buckhead, um, Rodswell, Sandy Spring, or Atlantic Station, you got to be careful there as well, whether you working there or shopping there, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? So so you just got to protect yourself these days and pray. Anytime I go to those areas, I pray before I go there. And you have to do the same thing and stuff like that. Like I went there yesterday, nothing didn't happen, but I did prayed and stuff before I went there, and that's that. So I got accused a couple of times um, in those environments when I was working in those upscale environments in Sandy Spring and stuff, and I researched about the rich young ruler because I'm talking about now about these people that's being rich and wealthy. Most of them that's rich and wealthy, they look down on people, think they all that, but they don't have like a career or what they do. They just work a white collar job, 9 to 5. But you're looking down on somebody that's working a blue collar job with all that money, and and then when you get fired, and if you lose your job, you were thinking about those people thinking about, want to take their own life, want to be miserable, and that's that. That's how they would do if they lose their job and losing all that money, and they want to, you know, commit suicide or uh be miserable, or they gonna make their own self look stupid if they lose all that money, if they lose their job. But you're looking down on somebody in a blue collar job, probably make more than you do, and that's that. But I'm not saying all of them not bad, but anytime somebody is rich and they act arrogant, it's the heart behind that person if they are rich or wealthy with all that money. Some rich and wealthy, they manage their money, they mature, they don't look down on other people who's not on their level. they humble with it, and they don't look down on other people as well. It's it it's the heart behind a person that's being rich and wealthy. If they have all that money, it's the heart behind it and stuff like that. I thought about the rich young ruler because I had looked up the rich young ruler to see if he was stuck up and stuff. But let me try to find that. Okay, here it is. The rich young ruler. He believed he had earned his way into heaven by keeping the law, failing to realize his need for a thanks savior. Okay, ability to sacrifice. When Jesus told him to sell his passion and give to the poor, the price of discipleship was too high for him, caused him to go away sorrowful. Key takeaways from the story. One thing, he claimed to have kept all commandments about Jesus, expressed that he lacked the most important one, loving God above all else, and heart and he had heart over money. The issue was not that he had money, but that he had piss that he had preceded him, a tragedy. He chose to keep his uh honest riches and losing out on the eternal life he was seeking. So that was one thing about the rich young ruler and stuff. So I thought about that. He didn't he was the rich young ruler, but the way he was carrying himself, he was not doing it for God, but doing it for himself, and you know, not obeying what Jesus was trying to tell him because he was so arrogant about his money, to my opinion. So other people to this day, 2026, kind of remind me of the rich young ruler and how they carry themselves and how they want to manage their money in a selfish way and looking down on others who don't have that type of money that they have and stuff like that. So that kind of reminds me of that story. And when I be looking at people in those environments where I'm at my job or when I'm out and about, this how stuck up people be looking like. That's just my opinion how they look like. And then, you got your women's in those upscale environments and they if you say something to them, they gonna be like, what are you talking to me? What do you want? What you want to talk to me for? That's how they do in those stuck up environments. And I research about, stuck up women if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Uh yeah, it say how to deal with a stuck up woman. Stuck up woman who is snobbish and thinks and acts like she is better and suit better to everyone else. So you're out and might doing actually what I always tell you to do. You enjoying yourself, making your rounds, talking to everyone, working on rooms, never trying to chase or pick up women, and letting the ones you're attracted to come to you. And just like that, you start talking to a really hot woman. But then the worst thing happens. She's a total ragging bitch. And you said, but you know the kind. She kind of looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and says something really snobbish like, Why are you talking to me? And that's that. I mean, I had research about it, but what I researched about kind of disagree with this, that if a person see one thing about women, get guys' confidence, and that's what I research about looking up, stuck up women. They look at a guy's confidence. If you're confident enough and brave enough, then they're gonna have a conversation with you. But if you've been through a lot and you don't have the confidence, and if you talk to them, then that's how they're gonna turn away from you because they're not interested in a person that's like negative. Probably they've been through past relationships that they got hurt or rejected for a few times. And that's how women sense a guy, sense a guy from like 3 or 4 miles away from them. If they confidence, then they'll conversate with the guy coming up towards them. But if they're not, then that's a different story. So one thing about women that I learned researching, they look for guy for confidence, and that's that. But the meantime, even if you do have confidence or not, some of them still don't want to be bothered with that individual, especially if they're not on their level. If you don't drive, if you don't have the type you manage, or you don't have the nice things, or if you don't stay in a nice environment like a nice house with acres of land, or a nice car with materialism things, then that's what they're gonna uh look for in a guy. But somebody like myself, I still got money, it's good, make less than them, then they don't want to be bothered with me or anybody who's not making millions for them to be with them. So that's how upscale women are, to my opinion. And that's that. And for the ones that do have money and they end up being with them, be honest, they gonna get ready to get used by them, because some of them can be gold diggers and stuck up at the same time. So that's when what I had research about, stuck up women, and that's that. I'm not trying to go too far with this. I'm just expressing this to my honest opinion, and that's that. So that's what I research about. Um, I'm about to get ready to end this stream, because I know the last topic when I was talking about the original church, I don't know how long that was, but it was a good long video. Here's some key. If you want to research about being careful in the stuck up environment, um, I got some things to research about. Number one, how to deal with a stuck up woman. That's what I had researched this past week. Number two, why are women so stuck up? That's number two you can research about. Number three, to be cautious in a stuck up environment. I think I researched about that this past weeks, whether it was Wednesday or Fridays. Number four, I think it's 9 signs you're in a toxic work environment. Okay, I got to read my own handwriting, but I be writing fast. But anyway, number five, what to do if you're feeling trapped. Physiologist today. That's number five. Number six, what is another word for stuck up? That's number six. And number seven, the real meaning of stuck up. It's those seven uh things that you can look up. But in order to look up those seven things, um I'm trying to see what I had researched the last time. How to deal with a stuck up woman in the mind journalist. I think that you can look at those seven things that I mentioned, or what else I research about. Uh, Oh yeah, being careful in a stuck-up environment, you can try to find those several things that I mentioned, researching about being careful in a stuck-up environment, or if you don't find that, or you can look up um, how to deal with a stuck-up woman in the mind's journal. So you can look that up, finding those 7 things that I mentioned, and I can go over it again. If you want to research about this, if you don't want to, if you don't feel like it, or if you've been accused, you can look up these seven things again. I'm gonna go over it again. Things to research. Number one, how to deal with a stuck-up woman. Number two, why are women so stuck up? Number three, to be cautious in a stuck-up environment. Number four, a signs you're in a toxic work environment. Something I need to research myself. But whenever I get a chance. And number five, what to do if you're feeling trapped. Physiologist today. Number six, what is another word for stuck up? And number seven, the real meaning of stuck up. So those the 7 things that you can look up, and that's that. So that's all I have to say. Hope this helped. And like I said again, if you've ever been accused in a area like in a stuck up environment, you can put it in the comments if you want. If not, it's all good. But I had been accused at my job of something I did not do when I was like, backing out of people's cars. They think that I probably stole something, and they tried to get me fired and all that. That's the last time I've been accused. So I thought about it. But either way it goes, let me know in the comments. Have you been accused in a nicer, upscale or stuck up environment? So that's that. Out. Like I always say this, stay cool. Don't be a fool. And that's what's up. Take care and peace. Oh.